Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hijab Appar Kwali and I am a student of Rehan School Kolongi campus and I am studying in the Future Navigators. Today we have the very honorable and grateful guest whose name is Sir Nathan. So let's go and about himself and about him life journey. Hello sir, how are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Okay sir, thank you so much. So sir, before moving on the question, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Hello, my name is Nathan Raymond, and I live in Japan. And I welcome you all to collaborate with Japan. And I'm also from New York, so I welcome you to collaborate with America too.
Okay, so my first question from you: what motivated you to move to Japan from New York?
So I got opportunities, and when I was younger, we had Japanese exchange students come to my town, and I said to my mom, "Hey, can they stay at our house?" And so they did, but then I wanted to go to Japan, and when I went, instead of staying in a hotel where I can't experience the culture, I could stay with the people who stayed with us. So, this is how I think we can exchange our culture.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. Sir, my next question from you: how has your experience living in Japan compared to your expectations before moving?
Yeah, so different. So, I don't know if you've ever been to Japan, but um, before I went, I saw movies and I had some image in my head, but when I went there, I was a shock. Yeah, it was a shock. But also because my country, United States, I feel is like a young country. And when I went there, I experienced like an old culture. So that's very different for United States people, I think.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your answer.
Yep.
My next question from you: what aspects of Japanese culture have you found most intriguing or challenging to adapt to?
Yeah. So told people, right? America and Japan is like opposite country. So when I went to Japan, people did like me because um, in Japan, English speakers, we are like English teachers, English conversation. So that part is good. But also the weakness of America, I was challenged because Japan is about the group, and in America, it's like the individual. So I had to learn how to be part of a group more. Yeah.
That's great. Sir, my next question from you: can you share any interesting culture misunderstandings or moments of culture exchange you have experienced?
Yes. Okay. So cultural misunderstandings. Yeah, I'd say it's all a misunderstanding. But okay. So what's an example of that? Well, when I went to Japan and I stayed with like a family, they asked me like, "What do you want to do?" And at the time, it's so hot, so I thought, swimming. But I didn't realize to go swimming actually was very difficult for them. So these kind of things that, when you deal with Japanese family, they have like an honor. And if you like you don't want to insult people and their honor. So yeah, just okay, so the better way is how I can just be part of the group and happy, give a good energy. That's what I learned. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for your answer. So, my next
Yep.
question from you: what do you miss most about New York, and what do you appreciate most about Japan?
So I miss New York weather because um, well, it's so strange. I used to miss the weather, but now I'm no more used to Japan. And what I appreciate most of Japan really is the thing I didn't like. Like, okay, in America, we have so much space that we're like wasting space, you know? But in Japan, it's no space. Everything is so small and cramped together. But I learned that this make me more, smarter how to use the available space. And so I think America people, they need to experience Japan because they don't like sometimes we looking for opportunity, like where is the, it's right in front of you. We don't see in front of our face the thing we could use. So yeah.
That's awesome. My next question from you: have you picked up any new hobbies or interests since moving to Japan?
So new hobbies, I don't know about new hobbies. I always had these hobbies, but I could develop them more. For example, um okay, so I have a YouTube channel, but here I could, I mean, yeah, I see, I told you I came when I was younger, like I was 14 when I first came. Now I'm 43, so long time. But uh the certain thing I developed, like, okay, the movies I saw about like ninja, right? But I worked as a travel writer. I went to the place of ninja. They took me to a training camp. I could learn, I mean, of course, the image we have of a ninja, but actually it's just about information. So the way we are talking right now, actually, this is ninja. So, this understanding of Japan and magnetism. Yeah, magnetism. Uh, yeah.
Yes, I thank you for your answer. My next question from you: how do you find the work culture in Japan differs from that of New York?
Okay, so I'll tell you the difference between Americans and Japan. So I'm just assuming if you think of America, maybe an image of Hollywood, right? Hollywood movies, okay? So that's how Americans are, but I learned this is like a right brain. So the human is a technology, a powerful technology. And we have like a right and a left brain. I learned, okay? So the Americans right brain, right? So feeling and communication, right? But the left brain, right, is like the engineer, okay? A system. So then I learned systems engineering. So now I see Americans when they're working, they're more about the feeling, but now I see that that's not enough, right? But when you're in Japan, it's not about the feeling, but about the system you create. And so when you put both together, very powerful. Now I see. Yeah.
Amazing, and thank you for your answer. My next question from you: what are some must-visit places in Japan that you had recommend to someone visiting for the first time?
Yeah, my location. Okay. So I say maybe if Japan, the famous places like Tokyo and Osaka, and I wanted to go to those big cities, but the first place I went wasn't a big city, it was a small city. And it was very beautiful, very nice. But the place I live now is very different. Okay, it's a secret place. It's the middle of Japan. It's Gifu, and it has all these company. So in Japan history, they had the samurai era, and this really is why Japan has so many companies. Honda, Toyota, they all have their manufacturing like where I live. And the famous places like Tokyo just has like the sales. So it's a difference of city and countryside. And yeah, I'm from New York, but not New York City, countryside. So these countryside locations, they are very important. And that's why where I live, countryside, if people experience, they can really do well in the cities, but it's easy to get the basics to understand. Yeah.
Okay, sir, thank you for your answer.
Hmm.
Have you had any memorable encounters with locals that have left a lasting impression on you?
Yes, I would say everyone I meet has an impression on me. Even on meeting you, a big impression on me. Very good. But also, I'm studying people because I used to work in a restaurant. Yeah, in America, we have a tipping culture. Okay. So if I work in a restaurant and I do good, they give me a tip. So that's why I do I'm like hospitality. Yeah, I serve people. And when I learn about them, now I can develop something to serve them. So that's what I'm doing here. And so my YouTube channel is the way that I interview people here, and then when I can show the interview to like someone like you or somebody, then you know the people here and you know what they want, and you can collaborate with them. It's so easy that way. And yeah.
Amazing, and thank you for your answer.
Hmm.
My next question from you: how do you stay connected to your roots in New York while living in Japan?
So we are very lucky because Facebook, and I'm talking to you on Facebook. That's right. But I didn't leave my country so I could live in Japan and say bye bye America, right? I came here because I saw my country. It's a great country, but we can always improve. So that okay, Japan is the opposite culture of America. So, even someone from Pakistan, if I'm American and I meet someone from Pakistan, maybe it's good, maybe we don't understand things, but if I'm American and I come to Japan and then I meet someone from Pakistan, I think I'm better able to be ambassador. Yeah, make peace. Yeah.
That's great, and thank you for your answer. So, my next question from you: have you faced any language barriers, and if so, how have you navigated them?
Yeah, so when you come back to Japan, okay, the reason why I am offering exchange, okay, when I was 18, I lived in Japan for 1 year and I got a scholarship. And so that's why I am looking for people now to give scholarships so they can come to Japan. And I say that because when you come to Japan, you have to start over like you're a baby again. Like you can't walk, you can't talk, you don't know how to read anything, you don't know where to go. So the whole thing is like learning another language, and so this ability we have to be like a baby and to create the community to raise the baby, right? Like, so it's so important developing with community you can trust, and Japan is so good like that. When so again, like I could speak Japanese or and talk with Japanese people, but if our culture is different, it's so weird, right? Like, but if I know the culture of Japan, even if I don't speak Japanese, we can still communicate without words. Like, so that's why this is important, because we have to develop another personality. Humans can develop different personalities, and this is something we do. I mean, as actors in America, we're doing this, but it's all fake. But when we come to Japan, we're using acting technique in a real world situation. It's very interesting.
I think after listening your talks, my favorite countries is Japan and New York.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question: what's your favorite Japanese dish or food that you have discovered since moving?
So, okay, Japanese food, people really like it, of course. The and everybody knows sushi, so raw fish, but raw fish easy to prepare. So some cooked foods, Japanese have like sukiyaki, and okay, Japanese pickles. They're very good. Uh, like so many different pickles, but coming from the farms, like going to a garden, raising Japanese vegetables, growing techniques, and taking vegetables, making pickles, but also yeah, well, ginger, right? They have something called dishes with ginger. Okay, Japanese soy sauce and miso, these are like fermented. I mean, Americans, our food, right? We know them from companies like, but Japanese foods, they know them before there were business and companies. They know them from a time when they only focus on the nutrition of the food. So, I mean, I'm so interested in what people eat in Pakistan too, really. I think you guys must eat some amazing thing. I heard of roti, but anyway, yeah, America has some issues that I want to fix with the foods. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Mm.
you for your answer. So, how do you find the pace of life in Japan compared to New York?
Well, okay. So I think in New York, whew, yeah. Okay, New York people, they work hard, but they play hard. So New York people, they do work, but they love to play. So kind of balance that. But Japanese people, they work, right? And they don't think of play so much, and they save. uh they keep a very like, okay, in America, if you have an appointment at 8 o'clock but you're a little late, it's okay. But in Japan, if you have an appointment at 8 o'clock, then you be there like 8 o'clock. So some things, and again, this go to the right brain left brain difference. um but I do think now though we changing work, because even in Japan, they had people who are depressed. they care about the group so much that they forget about their own needs. And so we really are a balance, right? And we need to nurture the human. So now in Japan, more jobs come, they call work life balance jobs. But my program, my Japan Exchange, it's changing our city to go from 8 to 5 jobs, 8 hour workday, to a 4 hour workday. So we are changing the way of work, and creating podcasts like this can be the only work. It's possible our conversation create the information that then can be our schedule for like weeks. And I mean, imagine I tell you about Japan and then somebody hears it and then they're coming. So like that. And okay, if I say come to Japan, they say, oh, I don't have money. I don't have time. I say, don't worry about the money. The companies are supporting. And don't worry about the time. This is your job, because when you go to Japan, you are connecting to somebody who is like you, like the same age, the same interest, skills, dream. This is a copy of you in another country. And there's someone like you in every country. And you need to find those people of every country, and you guys make your own informational network, and your life changes. Yeah.
Thank you for your answer.
Mm.
So my next question from you: have you explored any traditional Japanese arts or practices during your time there?
Yeah. So when I was in America, I studied karate. Yeah. And in Japan, though, if I do karate in Japan, again, you dedicate all your time to it. So um you know there's okay, all Japanese arts come from the root, which is meditation. Okay, so we start off with meditation, and then from meditation Japan developed, okay, tea ceremony and drinking tea and karate. I mean, drinking tea and karate is like same meditation but action. Okay? So it just depends what you enjoy. So I create my own martial art, but this is of the mind, and that's what we're doing here. Yeah, this is really something you're doing now with these podcasts is very good. Like it's bigger than we understand. But Japanese traditional arts, yes. I mean, writing the calligraphy, um Japanese writing, yeah, just I mean, there's a whole art of just writing the strokes. And okay, ukai is fishing, but they have these birds, and they make a big fire in the night. And I don't know, so many things. Sumo, do you know sumo? Interesting things. Yeah, you have to experience Japan. You will see many arts.
Inshallah, very soon. Okay, thank you so much for sharing some insightful knowledge about your life in Japanese and New York. Again, thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I invite you to my school when you come in Pakistan. So please visit our school, Rehan School, Kurangi campus.
Yes, I look forward to that. And good luck with podcasting. Keep going.
Thank
Yeah. And
you.
yep, anything, write to me. I answer questions and we talk more.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Yep. See you. Take care.
Take care.